Salam sejahtera dan salam Sarawakku sayang. Anda kini sedang menonton Malaysia Decides bersama saya Freddy Bohari.
Dan saya Jessica Chung. Seperti biasa, Malaysia Decides setiap hari bawakan perkembangan demi perkembangan untuk anda semua penonton di Malaysia Decides. Dan juga anda boleh melayari ataupun mengunjungi microsite kami iaitu di election.tvstv.my selain layari laman web kami iaitu www.tvstv.my serta semua platform sosial media kami seperti di Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube dan juga bersama kami semuanya hanya dalam Malaysia Decides untuk kali ini. Dan tumpuan utama kita pada hari ini adalah mengenai apa, Encik Freddy?
Ya, kita pada hari ini ingin berbincang dengan sebuah komponen parti dalam gabungan Parti Sarawak iaitu SUPP, Parti Rakyat Bersatu Sarawak, dan kita ingin berbincang mengenai perjuangan GPS untuk mengembalikan hak Sarawak. Bersama kita pada petang ini untuk membincangkan perkara ini ialah Timbalan Setiausaha Agung SUPP yang berhormat Khere Chiang. Selamat datang, YB ke studio TVS pada petang ini.
Selamat petang Freddy, Jessica.
Jadi untuk memulakan perbincangan, to start off, YB, we would like to discuss on the government's, our state government's effort since you become members of the Dewan Undangan Negeri. Sarawak has been touted as one of the states that has been well organized, diurus dengan baik dan berkesan dengan plan pemulihan of the economic recovery plan that is in place to accelerate development, untuk mempercepatkan pembangunan. Daripada sudut pandangan SUPP, apakah rahsia atau resipi utama kepimpinan GPS ini yang membolehkannya untuk menerima ataupun bekerja dengan begitu baik dan berkesan?
Good afternoon. Yeah, our friends on live now, and thank you very much for your question. There is no secret recipe. Tak ada secret recipe. It is all by the grace of God, I would say. We had Adinan Satem, our familiar Adinan Satem that you all know before, and now we have our Premier, Abang Jo, that we all know today. These are super good leaders that Sarawak was able to witness. And that's why Sarawak has been managed so well, because we have super good leaders. Yeah. And so our economics are healthy, and we are financially sound, and we are politically stable.
Yeah.
And we're going to achieve even more. Yeah.
So talking about leadership capabilities, so what kind of leadership styles that you want to fight on in this coming election?
Coming election, we want honest leaders. We want leaders who have allegiance to the party, to the king, to our king and country. And GPS has all this. Our leaders in GPS has all this. This election, we can see from Semenanjung, Malaysia, parties are grappling for power, for the survival of their own party. Sad to say, for the interests of the political parties and the politicians. But in Sarawak here, we're different. We do all the right things. And so in this coming election, in Semenanjung, Malaysia, they will be coming to court us, C-O-U-R-T, to court us. Ya, ambil kita punya sokongan.
Yeah.
Jadi apa kita nak buat?
Yeah.
Kita nak tengok siapa yang jadi kerajaan. Dan sesiapa yang jadi kerajaan, Sarawak akan kerjasama sebab Sarawak nak satu kerajaan yang stabil. The business community in the whole country, not just Sarawak, wants a stable government. Without a stable government, our economics is bad. Yeah, the business is bad, and therefore economics is bad. And so we want a stable government. So we will support the government of the day. But having said that, my friends out there, Sarawak is not just going to support blindly. Sarawak, the 31 parliamentarians that you are going to send into parliament, together with Sabah, we are going to make sure that things are done properly. We only support those who do the right thing. Kalau siapa yang nak buat salah, sorry. Because this time, it is not UMNO, it is not Pakatan Harapan that we are going in under this election. Sarawak akan masuk pilihan raya ini menggunakan Sarawak sendiri. GPS, kita bukan masuk bersama UMNO atau masuk bersama Pakatan Harapan atau masuk dengan sesiapa parti. Tidak. Kita akan masuk menggunakan GPS. Kita akan masuk menggunakan hak Sarawak.
Yeah.
Sarawak first. Yeah.
YB, political stability and unity has been stressed consistently by the Premier. How has SUPP contributed all this while towards these objectives? Because unity in Sarawak is the pillar of our state, YB.
Yeah, if we talk about SUPP, you know, ever since I joined SUPP 35 years ago, the constitution of SUPP says that we want to achieve a fair and just society, 一个公平合理的社会, a fair and just society. And that's the struggle of SUPP all these years. We used to have a lot of Bumiputra members as well in the early days of SUPP. And today, I'm very happy to say that we still have Bumiputra supporters who believe in the fight, the cause of SUPP.
Yeah.
And that's how we're going to maintain the stability of GPS, the stability of the political stability in Sarawak. Yeah. We are fortunate. We are fortunate. We have Ibans, Bidayus, Dayaks, Malays, Indians, Chinese, you name it, we have it. And so, because of the multiracial and multi-ethnic population in Sarawak, we learn to live together harmoniously and with good leaders all these years, from our Pahing Sri, Taib Mahmud, and Adinan Satem, Abang Jo today. With good leaders like that, Sarawak is poised to become one of the most prosperous, should I say, even one of the most wealthiest state in the whole of Malaysia in the years to come. Yes.
Yeah. So I can say that we are proud Sarawakian, yeah, way below. And then, do you think that harmony in Sarawak provides an opportunity for GPS to fight for the rights for the Sarawakian, yeah, at the federal level?
Definitely. We have seen in many countries as well,
Yeah.
that in order to prosper, for that country to prosper, all the communities must be able to live together, work together, and share whatever resources together.
Correct.
And I'm very disappointed with Malaya today because it's all race and religion. Itu yang saya tidak puas hati, saya tidak suka. Every day, when we read the papers, when we look at the politicians talking, it's all about race and religion. That's why they fell. That's why it's in a mess today in Malaya. Let's not follow their footsteps. Let's remember that only Sarawak-based party will take care of Sarawak's interests. And today, we must all gather under one umbrella. We must all be united under one GPS. Then only we can take care of Sarawak better. Sarawak first. Yeah.
Sarawak first.
YB, during the last state election, SUPP, we can say, won big. During the last general election, January 14, SUPP had one seat at the federal level. Will there be any difference in approach this time around for SUPP to ensure that we can take in or SUPP can wrest more parliamentary seats so that our voice can be heard more in parliament after this?
Yeah, thank you, Freddie. You're right. The last state election, we did very well. And we did very well because Pakatan Harapan did very badly. That's why we did very well. Pakatan Harapan did very badly. That's why we did very well. And I remember during the last federal election, SUPP only won one seat. And that's because of our association with UMNO. Today, we are not going to be associated with UMNO or Pakatan Harapan. We want to do the right thing. GPS is going to do what is right. What is wrong, sorry. GPS is going to go into parliament as GPS and not as UMNO or Pakatan Harapan or associated with UMNO or Pakatan Harapan or anybody else. GPS is going to go in under GPS, and in parliament, we have 31 seats plus Sabah. We have 54 seats. And that is a big chunk in parliament. From the 222 seats, that's a big chunk. We will be the kingmaker. We will decide the direction of Malaysia. We will protect the rights of Sarawak as well as Sabah. That's why this time it is going to be different. There is no reason for Sarawakians to vote for DAP, should I say, or any other party in Semenanjung, Malaysia. No reason. Let's take a look at DAP. DAP has 30 over seats in Malaya, led by Lim Guan Eng. the Menteri who say we're going to go bankrupt. So what's the point of sending another 1 or 2 DAP representative to Malaya when they only support their masters in Malaya and not support the interests of Sarawak? Where are the 50% taxes, the 20% are oil royalty, our autonomy on health, education, and the many taxes that has been imposed during the tenure of Pakatan Harapan? Why should we send another 1 or 2 DAPs into Parliament? Where is the logic? This election is all about GPS. This election is all about protecting the rights of Sarawak. This election is all about utamakan Sarawak.
Dan YB Law sendiri bersedia untuk merebut kembali kerusi Parlimen Sampit sekiranya diberi peluang bertanding pada pilihan raya umum ke-15 ini. Isn't it, YB?
Yeah, itu belum ditentukan dah.
How's the preparation for you yourself?
Itu belum ditentukan. Tetapi sebagai wakil rakyat, sebagai ahli SUPP dan sebagai ahli dalam GPS, kita semua memang telah sedia. Bukan saya saja, tetapi semua wakil rakyat, semua calon-calon yang akan dikeluarkan sediakan oleh GPS. Kita semua di GPS, termasuk SUPP, kita semua telah sedia untuk fight, untuk menang kali ini. Ya.
Okay.
Sudah sedia.
Ya.
Baiklah, kita akan berkongsi lebih lanjut lagi dan banyak pertanyaan yang kita akan ajukan kepada YB Law. Jadi kita akan bersiaran untuk saksikan kapsul P193 Santubong. Silakan.
Sebuah kawasan persekutuan di bahagian Kuching, Parlimen Santubong mempunyai kedudukan yang strategik dibangunkan sebagai hub pelancongan tumpuan sektor perindustrian dan perikanan di kesemua 3 dun di bawah pentadbirannya. Dun Tanjung Datu, Dun Pantai Damai, Dun Demak Laut. Ini P193 Santubong. Pelancongan perindustrian dan perikanan antara sektor ekonomi utama di Parlimen Santubong. Di Dun Tanjung Datu saja terdapat 4 taman negara untuk kunjungan pelancong. Dun Pantai Damai pula sering dikunjungi kerana produk eko pelancongannya. Manakala Dun Demak Laut menjadi kawasan tumpuan perindustrian dengan pengwujudan industri campuran ringan dan sederhana selain terkenal dengan perkampungan nelayan yang berusia ratusan tahun. Parlimen Santubong diwakili oleh satu sosok yang luas pengalamannya dalam politik iaitu Datuk Seri Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar. Pelibatan beliau bermula pada tahun 1990 apabila menjadi ahli Parlimen Batang Lupar selama 3 penggal. Pastinya sosok yang tidak asing bagi rakyat di kawasan kerana beliau merupakan anak kelahiran Batang Lupar. 3 penggal di Parlimen Batang Lupar, seterusnya 4 penggal di Parlimen Santubong di mana pada PRU-15 Datuk Seri Wan Junaidi menang dengan majoriti 19,485 dalam pertembungan 1 lawan 1 menewaskan calon PKR Muhammad Fidzwan Zaidi. Jambatan ini merupakan salah satu perkembangan yang dapat dilihat di Parlimen Santubong iaitu terletak di sepanjang jalan Lunduk Sampadi. Ia merupakan salah satu daripada 8 jambatan beli yang telah dinaik taraf kepada jambatan konkrit berstruktur kekal. Pernah tertangguh pelaksanaannya sejak 23 Mac 2020 disebabkan PKP. Kini naik taraf jambatan ini diteruskan untuk memberi kemudahan kepada rakyat menjadi penghubung bagi Kuching, Lunduk dan Sematan serta lebuh raya Pen Borneo. Terletak berpijak di laluan yang sama ialah jambatan rambungan. Jambatan ini nanti adalah daripada jenis kabel tambat, bakal dilengkapi dengan hiasan lampu seperti yang ada pada jambatan Darul Hana di Kuching. Dengan pembinaan jambatan ini akan ada 2 jalan akses ke Lunduk, satunya menerusi lebuh raya Pen Borneo dari Bau dan satu lagi menerusi Matang ke Rambungan. Jadi tiada lagi perkhidmatan feri, pembangunan lebih rancak dijangka bagi kawasan Teluk Melano, Lunduk dan Sematan. Manakala penduduk di Demak Laut pula bakal memiliki masjid baru setelah hampir 11 tahun menunggu untuk mendapatkannya. 2.5 juta ringgit daripada dana keseluruhan merupakan dana projek RTP di bawah peruntukan Datuk Seri Wan Junaidi, manakala 2 juta ringgit lagi merupakan dana tambahan daripada Kerajaan Negeri Sarawak. Satu lagi peruntukan daripada Datuk Seri Wan Junaidi ialah Klinik Kesihatan Ibu dan Anak KKIA Bintawak untuk penduduk di zon seberang hilir Dun Pantai Damai. Kedudukannya betul-betul di hadapan SK Matu Baru dan kini sedang dalam proses penyiapan fasa kedua setakat sesi penggambaran TVS. Para ibu tak perlu lagi bersesak di Klinik Tanah Putih untuk mendapatkan rawatan kerana bila sudah beroperasi kelak akan memberi kemudahan kesihatan yang lebih kondusif. Pembangunan infrastruktur dan sosioekonomi rakyat setempat yang dikecapi di Parlimen Santubong kini adalah hasil daripada pembangunan agresif sektor pelancongan di kawasan. Sebagai kawasan yang dikenal pasti sebagai hub pelancongan di Sarawak, Parlimen Santubong dijangka akan terus menyaksikan limpahan pembangunan di masa akan datang.
Itu tadi adalah kapsul bagi P1 berapa
93
193
Santubong.
Santubong ya. Dan kemajuan yang kita dapat lihat di sana. Baik, kita sambung kembali perbincangan kita dengan YB Khere Chiang. YB, there is this new challenge coming up, especially since the automatic registration of voters as young as 18 years old. Either SUPP or GPS sees this as an opportunity or a challenge. How does SUPP look at it? And does the youth wing of SUPP able to ride on this new opportunity to be able to rejuvenate SUPP after this?
Thank you, Freddie. Yeah, welcome back. Yeah. I did say earlier that for the party, for SUPP, you know, allegiance to SUPP is an important factor. Now, allegiance to the party, to king and country, is an important criteria, I would say, in determining the future leadership of our young leaders.
Yeah.
We cannot afford to have leaders coming in and then when an opportunity arises, jump over to another party. We cannot have that. Yeah. So, it is the duty of every leader in any party, I would say, to continuously inculcate good values and to guide our young comrades on the struggles of SUPP, on the struggles of GPS today for Sarawak. Our 18 points agreement, our Intergovernmental Continental Report, MA63. These are important documents outlining special rights and privileges of every Sarawakian within Malaysia. We have to impart, we have to share, we have to educate our young leaders on this 18 points agreement, MA63, Intergovernmental Continental Report, our rights and privileges. Touching on the youth in SUPP, we do have a vibrant youth wing at present. And as leaders in SUPP, we have to find a way to nurture these young leaders, to motivate them, and to share with them the importance of their contribution. Young leaders, your contribution as young leaders in our struggle to prosper Sarawak, and the importance of ensuring that Sarawak has a stable, strong ruling government under GPS. Why? To protect our wealth and resources. And when our youth, when our young leaders, when they realize that the privileges that have ownership over today, including you and me also, you're young, I'm old. You know, when we all realize that these privileges that we have ownership over, the struggle by present and past leaders to protect these very special privileges for our benefit. Sarawak struggled to regain ownership of our rights and resources under MA63. And when these young leaders realize the importance of this struggle, MA63, our rights and privileges, how we want to protect them, the Sarawak agenda will continue. This is how we want to attract young leaders. We want to make them understand the importance of their contribution. The Chinese have a saying, 前人种树，后人量. We plant the trees today so that you have the shade tomorrow. And when we leave, you carry on. You must carry on for the sake of your future and the future of your generations after you. And when leaders, young leaders, understand all this, the Sarawak agenda will continue. And GPS will be there for a long time to come. And Sarawak, I mentioned just now, under our capable leadership of Abang Jo. Abang Jo is a good businessman.
Yes.
He's a good, he knows economics well.
Yes.
You know. Under Abang Jo, we will continue to exploit our natural resources, oil and gas, and you have heard many times about hydrogen and methanol, you know, etc. Hydropower, solar power. Yeah. And this algae that Abang Jo mentioned, that can be turned into biofuel. All this. Sarawak will grow into one of the wealthiest states in Malaysia, I mentioned just now. But we need a strong dune represented by Sarawakians and not Malayans to protect our wealth and resources, our rights and privileges for the future of our Sarawakians. If we have all the resources, we don't have a strong Dewan Undangan degree to protect all these resources. Human beings are human beings. They will rampas from us. People will take opportunity and rampas all this wealth from us. That's why we have a bright future. We have a lot of resources. We're going to be rich. We have here many times also where our Premier Abang Jo has mentioned Korea, Japan, China, they are all coming in to exploit our resources and give us a lot of return, taxes, sales tax that can be collected from all this. But to protect all this, we need a strong day one undangan negeri. And GPS is providing that at the present moment. Yeah.
Yeah, YB. So I hope that all of these factors help the voters outside there to make a right choice or make a right decision. So just now, YB Law also mentioned or touched on the young leadership. And now we move on to young voters. So maybe to what extent will vote 18 influence the success or the failure of the political party, especially for Sarawak itself?
What advice, suggestions would you give to young voters to ensure that in GE15 the result will be the best possible outcome for the country and Sarawak?
Yeah, there's so many things to say in a short span of time. But I would say, this afternoon, in this coming GE15, our youth, and not just our youth, the old and young in Sarawak should only vote for GPS because we have seen how Malayan political parties only take care of themselves. None of them take care of Sarawak. We all remember how projects, big and small, were abolished. Yeah. Curtailment of cancellation of development funds. And this clearly shows how insincere Malayan parties are. Political parties in Malaya are. Even grass cutting, we all remember. Grass cutting and maintenance of roads and drains, infrastructure, was reduced from 1 billion to 800,000 ringgit during the 22 months Pakatan Harapan was in power. When Lim Guan Eng, DAP, was the Minister of Finance, and Tun Dr. Mahathir was the Prime Minister of Malaysia. Luckily for Sarawak, Pakatan Harapan only ruled for 22 months. Let's not forget, Petronas continue to siphon 80 billion worth of oil and gas annually from Sarawak up till this day. Luckily, our Premier Abang Jo found a way to impose sales tax, and we got 8 billion sales tax every 3 years. And we're going to continue to get 8 billion every 3 years or more, depending on the oil price. Yeah, oil price increase, we get more tax. And Premier Abang Jo had to take Petronas to court. Bukan senang. Tapi we are fortunate we have good leaders, like I said. And so GPS is the only way forward, my friends, to our young voters, to every voter in Sarawak, young and old. GPS is the only party you can vote for. There's no other party that you can vote because they don't take care of Sarawak. Sarawak first. Utamakan Sarawak. Yeah.
Ya, utamakan Sarawak. Itulah kata-kata daripada YB Law untuk menyemarakkan lagi gelanggan pilihan raya umum ke-15 ini supaya semua pengundi-pengundi memainkan peranan masing-masing dalam pilihan raya umum ke-15 kali ini. Dan selepas ini kita akan melihat kepada sayap wanita memainkan peranan penting dalam mana-mana politik parti. Dan bagi SUPP mungkin kita nak tanya YB Law, adakah ia mempunyai kualiti kepimpinan yang mencukupi dalam kalangan wanita untuk mengemukakan calon wanita ini, dan sama ada ia boleh dipercayai ataupun boleh memenangi sesuatu kerusi itu. Dan kita nak melihat kepada P178 si Petang. Silakan.
Kita tengok kapsul dulu.
Terletak di selatan negeri Sabah bersempadan dengan negeri Sarawak dan negara Indonesia. Ia juga merupakan laluan utama dari negara Brunei melalui jalan darat dan laut ke wilayah Persekutuan Labuan. Ini dia Parlimen P178 si Petang. Keluasan kawasan ini adalah 3,715 km persegi dan penduduknya pula seramai 66,583 orang yang terdiri daripada Bumiputera, China, India dan lain-lain. Kegiatan ekonomi di kawasan ini adalah pembalakan dan perindustrian. Pada PRU-15, Yamani Hafiz Musa, calon muka baru, bertanding untuk kerusi Parlimen P178 si Petang menggunakan tiket Barisan Nasional BN. Beliau ditentang oleh dua pesaing iaitu Nur Hayati binti Mustafa, calon dari Parti Warisan Sabah atau Warisan, dan Dayang Ezi binti Liman, calon dari Parti Harapan Rakyat Sabah HR. Walaupun pertama kali bertanding bagi kerusi P178 si Petang, Hafiz Musa, calon dari Barisan Nasional BN, telah meraih undi sebanyak 12,038 undi dengan majoriti 852 yang membolehkan beliau menjadi pemenang bagi kerusi itu. Yamani Hafiz bin Musa adalah anak kepada bekas Ketua Menteri Sabah iaitu Musa Aman. Penglibatan awal beliau untuk bertanding bagi kerusi Parlimen P178 si Petang ini telah ditentang oleh bapanya. Namun, semangat juang yang membara dalam diri dengan keyakinan telah membuahkan hasil setelah beliau menang bagi kerusi P178 si Petang pada PRU ke-14.
Baik, kita ingin meneruskan semula diskusi kita bersama dengan YB Law Khere Chiang iaitu Timbalan Setiausaha Agung Parti Rakyat Bersatu Sarawak untuk berbincang ataupun mengenai topik kita hari ini ya, Freddy, iaitu Perjuangan GPS Kembalikan Hak Sarawak. Dan semestinya saya ingin bertanya soalan mengenai wanita. Kerana saya sendiri adalah wanita. Jadi mungkinlah sayap wanita ini kita tahu memainkan peranan yang sangat penting dalam mana-mana parti. Jadi bagi SUPP, adakah ia mempunyai kualiti kepimpinan yang cukup dalam kalangan wanita untuk mengemukakan calon wanita yang boleh dipercayai dan boleh memenangi kerusi itu?
Buat masa ini barangkali tidak ada. Buat masa ini. Tapi saya bukan cakap SUPP tidak ada wanita yang hebat. Memang ada. Memang ada. Kita pun ada nampak macam musim dahulu, Lily Yong ada satu kandidat wanita yang menang perundingan. Dan tahun lalu kita pun ada keluarkan Kotek One, pemuda juga, pemuda wanita untuk tanding dalam PRU. Saya nak cakap sini macam Majlis Perbandaraan Padawan saya. Saya punya setiausaha majlis adalah wanita. Saya punya Majlis Perbandaraan Padawan treasurer adalah wanita juga. Dan Timbalan Setiausaha saya punya value yang penting dalam satu majlis.
Yeah.
Dia tentukan itu assessment rate dan sebagai dan banyak hal dalam MPP. Wanita juga. Dan saya punya ketua pentadbiran kesihatan wanita juga. Jadi dalam kalangan kita memang ada banyak wanita yang hebat sekali. Yang hebat sekali. Memanglah saya boleh nampak juga, kita pun boleh nampak dalam keadaan politik bukan di dalam Malaysia sahaja dan tetapi di seluruh dunia.
Yeah.
Memang ada lelaki ada lebih sikit dari wanita.
Yeah.
Tapi tadi saya sudah tunjuk satu organisasi macam Majlis Perbandaran Pedawan. Banyak wanita-wanita yang hebat mengambil ke tempat-tempat yang tinggi dalam kalangan saya. Itulah saya senang. Majlis Perbandaran Pedawan untuk saya sangat senang sebab saya punya kiri kanan semua wanita yang hebat. Dia semua jaga saya. Saya senang.
Rajin bekerja. Ya,
Bukan rajin kerja saja.
Yeah.
Otak ini bagus.
Bagus. Yeah.
Jadi mungkin di masa akan datang, women will be given more powers in politics in the future, isn't it, YB Law? Can consider?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
We have seen in many countries today, women leaders becoming prime minister of a country.
Yes.
And I'm in GPS. But we all know Nurul Izzah is a good candidate. Who knows? She may be the prime minister of Malaysia one day. Satu candidate yang bagus. Yeah.
Baik.
And, yes, and our premier pun ada cakap juga. Barangkali suatu hari wanita akan jadi premier Sarawak juga. It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baik, YB SUPP has been contributing selama inilah to the struggle to claim these Sarawak's rights under the Malaysia Agreement 1963. How can SUP contribute further in this area? Because it seems that a lot of these opposition, what do you call that, points are basically based on that. But we can see that moving forward, we have been doing very well in fighting for these rights. And SUPP has been doing that for ages now. So what can you do further to ensure that maybe there's something there that you want to see done by the next federal government later on? What do you foresee going forward?
I would say it's all by the grace of God again. Yeah. When UMNO was very strong, when the ruling government was very strong in Malaya, Semenanjung, Malaysia, we see a lot of our rights eroded in Sarawak. Our rights under MA 63 being eroded. Recently, we have seen MA 63 inside our federal constitution now. MA 63 is now within our federal constitution. And that's because Malayan parties, Malayan politics are weaker. They need the support of Sarawak. And so through negotiation, we were able to take back our rights. Oil and gas, sales tax on oil and gas is one of them. And we're going to demand for autonomy on education, autonomy on health, back to Sarawak. we're going to demand for 1/3 of the seats in Parliament for Sarawak. This is part of the Federal Constitution. We are not asking for anything more and anything less. These are things that we should have. We can ask for. It's only that those days when UMNO was very strong, nobody want to listen to us. You can shout all you want. It's just like today, some of the parties saying that we should be independent. Yeah, you can shout all you want, but you have to discuss this in Parliament. And out of the 222 seats, we don't even have 1/3. How do you get through Parliament? And look at Sabah today. When Pairin Kitingan, those days when he was very strong, they were going along those lines. We don't have to listen to Malaya. What happened next? What happened next? UMNO came in. That was the end of a stable DUN in Sabah. Today's Dewan Undangan Negeri Sabah is infiltrated with all the Malayan parties. That is why we have got our 5%. Sabah doesn't even have that 5%. And Sabah is asking for 50% taxes. You can talk all you want, but you cannot get it back because you don't have a strong Dewan Undangan Negeri Sabah. Sarawak is different. Dewan Undangan Negeri in Sarawak is controlled by Sarawakian under GPS. And we must protect that for the sake of Sarawak. And in the coming elections, Sarawak will be the kingmaker. We must ensure that we are the kingmaker. And so, to answer your question just now, send 31 parliamentarians to Kuala Lumpur, to Parliament. Send all 31 to Parliament. Don't send any other party to Parliament. Don't send any other Malayan parties to Parliament. No use. They got so many seats already. You send some more for them for what? Remember, send GPS to Parliament so that we can demand for what is rightfully ours under MA63, which is now part of the Federal Constitution. Lolo, kita boleh cakap saja. MA63, kita punya hak minta balik. Kita boleh cakap, Lolo. Tapi kali ini, kita bukan cakap saja. MA63 ada dalam Federal Constitution.
Betul.
Kita ada hak untuk minta balik. Tapi, tadi saya sudah cakap, jangan macam Sabah. Nanti UMNO masuk Pakatan Harapan, masuk Bersatu, masuk dalam Dewan Undangan Negeri Sarawak. Jangan lupa, Malaya ada duit ini hari sebab dia ada 80 bilion ringgit punya oil and gas dari Sarawak. Bila Malayan Party serang Dewan Undangan Negeri Sarawak seperti Dewan Undangan Negeri Sabah, dia ada 80 bilion. Senang untuk serang.
Ya. Baik.
Itulah Sabah kalah. Sabah biar Dewan Undangan Negeri sekarang semua infiltrated by Malayan Party.
Ya.
Sarawak, penduduk Sarawak, jaga Sarawak baik-baik. Utamakan Sarawak. Sarawak first.
Ya, jaga Sarawak, sayang Sarawak, into Sarawak. Jadi kita boleh lihat ya MA63 ini still the most important agenda to fight for, especially at the parliament level. Tapi penonton, kita nak lihat dahulu kapsul P179 Ranau. Silakan.
Terletak di bahagian barat laut negeri Sabah, nama ranau dipercayai berasal daripada bahasa Kadazan Dusun iaitu Ranahon yang bermaksud kawasan sawah padi. Ini dia Parlimen P179 Ranau. Kawasan Ranau mempunyai bentuk muka bumi yang berbukit bukau sesuai untuk aktiviti pertanian dan sangat sinonim dengan tempat tarikan pelancong. Keluasan kawasan Parlimen Ranau ini meliputi 3,891 km persegi, menempatkan sekitar 86,084 orang penduduk dan sebilangan besar penduduk di kawasan ini terdiri daripada etnik Kadazan Dusun. Sumber ekonomi kawasan ini bergantung kepada sektor pertanian, perladangan, perniagaan, peternakan, pelancongan dan lain-lain. Kerusi Parlimen Ranau pada PRU-15 menyaksikan perlawanan 4 penjuru di antara Jonathan bin Yassin yang dahulunya bertanding atas tiket Pakatan Harapan, Datuk Dr. Ewan Ebin calon Barisan Nasional, Andau bin Yasun alias Bruno calon Parti Cinta Sabah dan Sodi alias Sami bin Andang calon dari Parti Solidariti Tanah Airku. Kemenangan berpihak kepada Datuk Jonathan bin Yassin dengan undi yang diraih sebanyak 14,880 dan majoriti kemenangan sebanyak 1,076. Datuk Jonathan bin Yassin pernah memegang jawatan sebagai pengerusi Lembaga Kokoh Malaysia dan kini merupakan Timbalan Menteri Dalam Negeri 2. Kemenangan beliau pada pilihan raya umum ke-14 yang lalu merupakan kemenangan pertama bagi Datuk Jonathan bin Yassin setelah tewas dalam 2 pilihan raya sebelumnya.
Welcome back. YB, what are the hopes of the urban communities that SUPP is serving, and what are the hopes of SUPP itself from the upcoming general election, YB?
The hope of SUPP?
Yes.
To win the election?
Yes.
Win all the seats in the election. The hopes of SUPP, the aspirations of SUPP, are the aspiration of our people in Sarawak, irrespective of who we are. We all want, number one, a stable government. The Chinese community want a stable government because only with a stable government can the community continue their business, the business community, which are mainly Chinese. With a stable government, business can continue. With a disruptive government like the 22 months yang kita ada, everybody suffer, the business community suffer. The people of Sarawak, I'm sure the people of Malaysia, every one of us, apart from stable government, we want affordable housing, we want good infrastructure. Sarawak still needs good road infrastructure because with good roads, development will come. Lands will be opened up on both sides of the road once we put in the road. That is why we see the GPS government under Abang Jo constructing the coastal highway, constructing roads to the length and breadth of Sarawak. Continue to do that. Opening up lands in the interior of Sarawak. I used to remember going on a boat to Kapit.
Yeah.
3 hours. And then taking a boat from Kapit to Belaga, 7 hours.
Oh my God.
Waking up 5 o'clock in the morning. Today, we can just drive right up to Belaga.
How many hours?
Few hours.
Few hours, right?
Yeah. You know? And so, we also want affordable housing. And we want many things.
Right.
We want reduction in assessment rates, and which our Premier Abang Jo has done, reducing assessment rates. And our low-cost housing, 50 ringgit assessment rates, tidak perlu bayar. 50 ringgit tidak perlu bayar sudah. And even those good houses and good factories today still enjoy 25% reduction in assessment rates. Take Padawan Council, for instance. The reduction in rent costs Padawan Council 7 to 8 million every year. We're short of 7 to 8 million every year. Tapi tidak apa, no problem. Sarawak GPS government subsidize the council with 8 million every year. Kalau Sarawak government tak ada duit, mana apa macam subsidize? And so, this is the way we can see the policies of GPS at the moment. You know, reducing tariffs. We have the lowest electricity and water tariffs in the whole of Malaysia. And I believe that our electricity tariff is the lowest in the whole of Asia. In the whole of Asia, Sarawak's electricity tariff yang paling rendah sekali. How to do it if Sarawak has no money? Sarawak has got the money because our Premier Abang Jo pandai-pandai cari duit. Yeah.
Betul, YB Law.
And so, this is the way to go. When electricity tarif, water tarif ada rendah, assessment rate pun rendah, ya, kita bawa punya salary tiap-tiap bulan, ada lebih lah dalam kocek, tidak perlu bayar ini, bayar sana. And so, the people of Sarawak will be rich. Saya haraplah suatu hari income tax pun tidak perlu bayar. Oh, itu hebat sekali.
Mungkin bukan harapan YB saja, harapan seluruh rakyat Malaysia. Jadi kita tahu ya, ini tidak menolak kemungkinanlah bahawa banyak improvement telah dilakukan oleh kerajaan kita, betul tak Freddy? Dan ini tadi telah mengakhiri apa diskusi kita bersama dengan YB Law, iaitu YB Law Khere Chiang, Timbalan Setiausaha Agung, Parti Rakyat Bersatu Sarawak. Terima kasih kerana sudi berkunjung.
Terima kasih YB for coming to our studio.
Thank you for your questions, Freddie. And Jessica.
Ya, terima kasih dan sama-sama
Terima
juga.
kasih.
Ya, dan kita penonton, kita telah berakhir di penghujung, berada di penghujung rancangan dan jangan lupa untuk ikuti microsite kami election.tvs.tv.my dan juga laman rasmi TVS www.tvstv.my serta semua platform sosial media kami Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube dan sebagainya, ya kan Freddy?
Ya, dan juga jangan lupa tarikh-tarikh penting.
Betul. Berapa hari saja lagi ni Freddy?
5 November Hari Penamaan Calon, 15 November Hari Mengundi Awal dan 19 November Hari Mengundi. Saya Freddy Bohari
Dan saya Jessica Chung. Sayang Malaysia.
Into Malaysia.
#Malaysia
Malaysia
Decides.
Decides.